r/AskReddit, what are the best perks of being single? Grass is always greener on the other side. I realized I wasted so many years not doing drugs or drinking alcohol. The fuck was I thinking? They're great. That sounds nice. I'm married and now we take drugs in a house. If you want to do something, you can do it now. Nothing is holding you back but you. And money. That's what makes being single miserable. When you're broke and single. No one to tell you how to proceed your life. Peace of mind / no arguments. Downsides, everyone else has a family and has no time to hang out. Loneliness. Yup, this becomes more and more apparent as you age. Caveat to that though, I'd rather be lonely than in an unhappy / unhealthy relationship. Yeah, but you're lonely while peacefully watching the shows you want while your married friends are lonely watching chick flicks they don't want and arguing about stupid shit every day. I know where everything is. Rediscovering, or maybe discovering for the first time, who you really are. It's an opportunity to honestly reflect on yourself and what kind of person you are. Experiment with new hobbies, travel, improve yourself, become who you always wanted to be, or maybe lied to yourself and said you were. You have one less person to worry and overthink about. Another person can be unpredictable. Unpredictable and potentially uncoordinated. And even the well-coordinated people still need to be ready to go as soon as it's time to go. You answer to nobody. It actually rules. You'll take it any day. Everyone answers to the CCP. This is probably the biggest reason why single people seem to mature slower than couples. Trying to be a better spouse has probably been the strongest motivator for me to grow and develop as a person. Not having to answer to anyone just makes it really easy to push it all down and save that work for tomorrow. You'll share something in common with a lot of people on Reddit. Especially the mods LOL. Always one stool available at the bar. Don't have to wait for a table. It's always one sit available at the movies for me. I should know where everything is and still sometimes wonder where I left something. Doing whatever you want, whenever you want, not having to worry about anyone else and not having to include them in what you're doing. But in a normal, healthy relationship this is still the case. The difference is that you want to include them in what you are doing. Clean house, I only have to clean up after myself. Holy shit, some people just leave massive fucking messes everywhere. On some level, I feel for a lot of people, it's not so much clean vs dirty, but more so my mess vs your mess. Everyone feels more comfortable with their own known messes. Doing anything you want is nice, but being able to absolutely nothing with no human interaction for periods of time is really blissful. I don't hate people, but I start losing my mind if I can't have a certain amount of quiet solitude in the week. This is why I have cats instead of dogs. Instead of needing constant attention from me, they're happy to just curl up against / near me and enjoy silence, minus purrs and one cat's noisy breathing, but neither of these disturb me. I can leave the dishes in the sink to soak overnight if I want to. A couple nights for extra soaky soak. Well, this time of year, not stressing about what gift to give your soak. My girlfriend doesn't stress about it by not getting me anything. Nobody prioritizes my time for me anymore. It's such a relief every time I get home and realize that I can just do what I want this evening. All the money and time for yourself. I disagree. With my husband, after sharing costs so much more money for both. I only have to deal with my own bullshit. You have the opportunity to learn how to be the lead actor in the movie of your life, and not just the supporting actor in everyone else's life. That's actually beautiful. Thank you. I'm going through some rough times right now, but that's such a good thought to hang on to. Not being cheated on. Yeah. My last relationship I was so insecure, I was always on edge because in my gut I just knew something was wrong, but I was called crazy. I was made to feel insane. But he was cheating on me though. The whole time. I was so brainwashed that I brushed off him picking up his phone to text her while he was in the middle of fucking me. Having the whole bed to yourself. My dog would like a word with you. Pooping with the door open so I can hear the TV. This is underrated. I hate the lack of alone time I get. Driving home or going food shopping doesn't count. I want to chill for 1 hour and watch shit TV. You're underutilizing your singleness. The correct solution is to buy a second TV for the bathroom. Literally everything. You can just enjoy life and not worry about anyone else. Reading this makes me realize how toxic most relationships are. I never feel like I lack freedom / don't have time for myself / am not allowed to do what I want / constantly need to compromise in my relationship. Peace. The peace to consider just myself. There's a different peace involved in healthy relationships, but it's still work. It's nice to be concerned with only myself and to just be with myself. All of my quirks, noises, smells, shows I binge, songs I play out loud on repeat, the food I crave yet again for the third night in a row, etc. I don't have to compromise for their things and they don't have to compromise for mine. And while I love to share, I also love to have some things all to myself. Perks, more partners. Faults, more opportunities to get steez. Sounds like you are having good times. It's the mental perk and or belief that anything can happen that day. Life is an adventure. I love being married, but no one told me that feeling would die after I said I do. I have to be considerate of another person and their needs / desires. The idea that I can end up in Mexico tonight because I want to, isn't viable. That is what losing your freedom is. It's the loss of the persistent thought that you are the sole captain of your ship. I couldn't do that either. Being single doesn't mean you don't have a job. Not sharing your fries. Worst perks? Not sharing your fries. When you're playing COD, you don't have to go AFK every 5 seconds to respond to a message. Going out to eat now costs $15 instead of $212, haha. Cause I like to sleep until the crack of noon. Midnight howling at the moon. Going out when I want to. And coming home when I please. Don't have to ask permission. If I want to go out fishing. Never have to ask for the keys. Tom Waits. Not having to compromise when you want to do anything. Go out to dinner, see a movie, where to live, who to hang out with, etc. No one cheats on you. When I'm in a neutral / dopamine state, freedom. When it settles in, loneliness. I make every decision about what I do, where I go, who I spend time with and why. Contrast with, including the bad decisions, which a partner might have led me away from. Total freedom and answering to yourself. Free to do what you want when you want. Having money. Not getting dragged into unnecessary drama. Not having the pressure of being responsible for someone else's happiness, not having to be a slave to someone else's mood. Having space for yourself when you need it. I know all this can be achieved in a healthy relationship, but I'm just going by my past experiences, and most of those I witness in my friends and family. I felt lonely from time to time when single, but it's not nearly as bad as feeling lonely while still in a relationship. Avoiding horrible relationships. You won't have to deal with all the drama / negativity. I have yet to figure out how taking one other person out for sandwiches blows my entire weekend eating out budget that would normally cover 4 meals for me alone. Damn, after reading these comments I realize how much I wasted my single years. I just took drugs in a flat. Time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. Socrates, 1904.